Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to 9-star the Spiral Abyss floors 9, 10, and 11 with only 4-star characters and no geo reaction. This is a challenge I set for myself to see how far I can get with the most basic characters and without relying on the current buffs of the Spiral Abyss. It's not easy, but it's definitely possible and fun. So let's get started. For floors 9, 10, and 11, I decided to do Animo. I figured Swirl would be a good way to show off how you can handle the different groupings, which is a lot of what floor 9 and 10 use. And then you can show off using Sucrose as the Taser grouping team, and Heizou is just kind of like a 4-star Wander and Nuke team, as you can see there. Now we're going to go to the Sucrose side for Chamber 9 one second half. Here we're going to open with Diana just because I have no Bliss and Bleach. Then we're going to go with for the different electrical attacks. Then you can see Genshin getting thrown in there for different kinds of element reactions. Then we're going to go to Sucrose for grouping here at the end. The reason why I picked this team is because Diana is really good at bursting and healing. She's applying ice for everybody for Xingqiu for freeze. Sucrose can swirl either of those elements to help with freeze. And then Baidu is just throwing different elements of reaction for damage. You could really flip out any of these characters for whatever team you have. This is just what I wanted to show off for 4-star. Back to 9-2, we're going to go to Heizou's team. The reason why I picked this is because I wanted Bennett and Yingling for the Double Fire. Double Fire is going to help, as you can see there's a ton of water, different kind of water and ice reactions. Fischl is just really good for single target DPS, which is a good balance to Zoomer's Swirl for Swirling Tornado for her group DPS, and then Heizou is on the very magnificent set, which allows you to do different swirling, and also he's designed as a nuker. My crit rate, crit damage is pretty good on him, so that's why his damage pops off the way he does. His autos don't pop off as much as you'd think. He's more meant for the one-punch skill and burst. As you can see, 44,000 skill right there. But he still does swirl really well. And I just wanted to, again, just show off two different team style plays for swirl. Now we're going to Chamber 9 second half. Here we have a ton of fire. Basically everything we have reacts to fire. We're going to start with all of our bursts, do some Genshin here. Try to group them best we can. Don't worry if it gets fire, which it did. We need it more for the grouping and for the damage, plus swirl is still happening. As now we're going through, we're just going to fight the big dude. And all the little guys are going to clean up towards the end. Since we're running out of energy, we're going to start from the bottom again. Just try to build up particles as best we can.
Let me lead you first.
We're just going through trying to group the little guys in the back, which seemed to work. Now we can move on to 9-3. Here we have the water application, so really we can just burst our way through with the water reaction. You're going to get the guaranteed water reaction for us, which is really nice. It's like getting an extra element. We just wanted to burst with Heizou, which seems like there. Now we can just kind of go through the last two single target. It's not ideal, but I don't really know if this is a good way to group them since they spawn opposite ends. Not that big a deal since we're just going to go. Yep, we downed one, now I just got to down the other. Just got to worry about your health. I don't want to take too much single target damage. Now we're going to flip through different teammates, and you can see Oz kind of wrecked him there. Now we're going on to 9-3 second half. Here we're going to try to burst to build up some, or double skill to get up some energies to burst. Then we want to get our shields going because they're going to charge through us. You can still hit them even though they're invisible. That's why we're throwing everything we can at them. We're going to group, we're trying to swirl, we're trying to get everything going. Just to prevent these guys from hitting us too hard. As you can see, they can hit us pretty heavily. Trying to flip back to Xingqiu and Baidu for shields, get some bursts, or particles while we can to help us burst. Now we can kind of go through top one. Diana. There we go. My Diana has no Oblize set on her, so that's why we're getting the extra attack damage every time she bursts. Alright, so for floor 10, we're looking at grouping enemies on the top and high health at the bottom. grouping enemies at the top and high health on the bottom, preferably with the shielder, and then high health both sides. So we're going to keep what we have and keep going. Top half for 10-1. I know Heizou's not ideal for grouping, so we're just going to straight off first, go to Oz, and then let everyone run to us. From here, you can easily go through Heizou and just kind of nuke what you can. Oz is going through and single targeting, which is really nice. Really nice that they all kind of ran into us.
Truth hurts.
Trying to DPS them down before they get their shield going. I kind of ran out of juice, so I just flipped the official there at the end. Here we have Sucrose for 10-1 second half. I always start off with Diana just because you get the attack bonus, get some energy particles back going. You just kind of bursting your way through and teaming your way. We'll be focusing on the big guy. Freeze is nice, not necessarily needed 100%, but it's good just to DPS straight down. As we're DPS, you saw we took out one of the little guys, so now we're just going to focus on the other little guy. And there you go. For 10-2, we're just taking the buff that's persistent. We're going to go through and DPS down. So we do have to be careful for Animo, because I know the Animo is going to immune Heizou's damage, but that's fine. We're just going to DPS everything else. The other side is going towards us. We're just going to nuke as we can and just DPS our way through. Again, we're focusing on elemental reaction with Heizou more than the Heizou damage itself. Both are really needed, or both are really useful. Now that we're on to these guys, they will group eventually, but we're going to focus on single targeting Oz. And then now that they're grouping, we can kind of go through. Here we go. Now we can go through an actual DPS down and get some big moves. Nice, double 40 with 1,000. It's really nice to see. Trying to DPS it, but we might need to go for one more reaction. Nah, it looks like we're able to get him. Here for 10-2 second half, we should have plenty of time. Yeah, we have 2 minutes to handle these guys. Freeze is really helpful. Freeze and shields is really helpful, so that's why we're kind of getting our power resolved.
Rain outlines your fate.
Missed my elemental skill there. That kind of hurts a little bit. Fortunately, Sucrose still has all of her stuff to swirl. This allows us to swirl water or ice, depending on what we get. Looks like we're swirling ice and applying water, which is perfect. This gives us the freeze combination that we're hoping for, and now that we're kind of out of everything, we'll start from the top again. Go to Diana for ice. Get knocked out, so we timed Heizou's stuff quickly. And we're able to reapply water. Hopefully we'll go back into the ice, but not a big deal. We're just going to do it.
Yeah, stand clear.
There you go. For 10-3, you can just pick whatever buff that you want at this point. It's not that it applies to 11, and you're at the end of the run anyways. So we're going with persistent buff.
Let's light it up.
Now we're just trying to DPS the high health targets, all the other two group.
Reveal.
While we're waiting, we're just trying to get particles and going through the burst rotation again. It probably would have been a little more efficient to do Bennett first, but as you can see, we didn't even need it. That was huge. So now that that's done, we can just DPS the target and save our energy for next one. Here for 10-3, second half, these are the rune graders. One's going to always charge, one isn't. You kind of just have to focus one while letting the other one run at you. Doesn't matter which one you pick, they're going to start DPSing down while we wait. Little Zinchu nuke there while we flip through Sucrose. It would be better if we can get them to group, but at this point we're just going to try to DPS what we can down through. Now that they're together, we can switch focus on the higher health target and let the other one just die in the background. Can't burst again, it's a little too soon, so we'll go from the bottom to top rotation again. Kahuna divided to Heizou.
No, my sword.
Yeah, as you can see, the low health target went down already. We're just focusing on the high health target, and now they're both gone down. For 11, the first half is the chamber, so we're just going to try to group. Don't use pure water on the bottom half, as you have the Hydro Mimics. Top half, you have the Shield Crab. Bottom part, you have the Jade Chamber Shroom. 9-3, just have high health targets. 9-2, you can do electric if you want to do the mechanic. For chamber 2, we have the Shield Crab fire mechanic that you want to burn through. But yeah, we're just going to keep the same team, so we're going to flip them. So we're going to have Sucrose at the top and Heizou at the bottom. Elemental skilled burst damage sounds good, 20%. Alright, so here we're going to have the slimes form, and they're always going to form clockwise. So you want to group them the best you can to prevent them from hitting the target. We don't want to lose health. This is fine, they'll burn fire. We can just burn it. We can just nuke them in other ways. Here, we're trying to freeze the stall. We're going to focus on the electric since it went through. Just trying to build particles and swirl best we can. As you notice, the next group will spawn again clockwise on the left. They're always going to spawn on the left. Gotta kill the last target. Here we go. Now we can focus with Sucrose swirling as it's kind of a built-in freeze and water. Here we're going to use Baidu for electric just so we can get more reactions going through as it's swirling. Again, it doesn't matter so much that the swirl is immune and the ice is immune. We're just trying to DPS down as fast as we can. So they don't hit the target. Dino burst was kind of a waste there. We could have saved it for here. But hindsight's 2020. We're just going through the rotation bottom to top best we can. And then there you go. Now we should have a nice high health target for the second half. Here we have Heizou that we're going to nuke. They kind of are getting away from me already, so I'm going to put Oz in the center. And as you can see, if it was a triangle, I put Oz in the center of it so you can get each target through. This way we don't even have to rely on our nuke strategy. We can just DPS through. Same thing here. We already have the Pyronado, so now let's nuke best we can. We're Animo immune, so it's a little bit of a waste.
Wings of darkness.
Go through and use Oz again. Oz and Yulin is a great combination here for me. Can't use swirls as efficiently. Now that both of those are down, we have high water targets. Anything we have at this point will nuke them down. Oz being the showrunner for this half. He's really carrying us through. Now we're getting down to the two. We can see if we can group nuke. Didn't quite get them both to nuke there, but you got the idea. If work. And there you go. We got it above 60%, so we passed. I find that that's the harder part of 11, is that stupid percentage part. That crit is going to be real nice going forward. Here we're going to focus on the Fire Crab. Fire Crab shield is a bit annoying to get through. We're just going to, again, burst everything bottom to top. Xingqiu nuking to get rid of the shield. Now that we've bursted, we can kind of just go through and see what we can get. Didn't group super well, but we got 2 out of the 3, so we're going to just DPS them down from here. Now that the 2 are down, we just have to burn through the shield. It doesn't look like water's doing as much, so we're going to try to use electric. Yeah, electric's working much better. Ice is doing damage, but doesn't really get rid of the shield well. Animo's not getting rid of the shield well. We're just going to have to focus on the electric particles as we can. This is kind of killing our time, so we're going to use Diana's special to kind of get the attack damage burst, so hopefully we just get one more. Yep, and there we go. Now we can just move our way through. Freezing helped keep the target stand still, and now we got to the graders. Again, one's going to charge, the other's going to stand still. They just kind of pick one and damage through. Really nice that we got ice to freeze through, as we can apply with water through autos. So it's nice to get the swirl for ice. Now that that's ended, we're just going to DPS from top to bottom. Don't go from good health targets, so we're just going to DPS both. It'd be nice if I could focus on the high health target, but he's kind of in the way at the moment, so we'll just kill him. Now I can just focus on the low block. Not as clean or as quick as it could have been, but we have plenty of time, as you can see. You want roughly about a minute and a half to allow for the other side to go through, which is where we're at. Yeah, so here for 11-2, we can just use Heizou's team. We're just going to straight nuke best we can to group them. I'm going to try to use Heizou to push them together while the other one comes back. Now that we have one target relatively low, we're going to focus on the other. And there you go. That's huge, that 43,000 nuke. Getting the swirl in, getting the damage in. Really good job on that. Yes, that was pretty clean. Flipping the Yingling to finish it off. Now that we're down to just the 2 targets, we can use Bennett and burst our way through. Official's going to help with the single target DPS, but really we just want Heizou to burst his way through. Yeah, so now that we got him in a weakened state, we can just kind of focus on the higher health target. The lower health target went down naturally. And again, we can just kind of burst our way through from bottom to top. Bennett, Yingling, and Oz really doing a good job. And then we had a 52,000 hit down there, which is really nice. Same kind of strategy here. We're going to use Diana to freeze, build up some particles, go from bottom to top in terms of burst. Do some Xingqiu nuking there to just kill the high health target. And then group best we
Absorption
can.
test.
Hopefully that one of the
Mark
back will
two.
run at us, but if not, we can just
Stand clear.
getting some nice swirl damage in. Yep, big target's down, so now I can just focus on the little targets one at a time.
Special.
We could spend our time to group, but at this point the one target's health is so low that we
Rim
can
cutter.
just right through. There you go. Didn't even need to hit the back guy. So here we go for 11-3. Second half, here's where we can use the pure trade shrooms. Redropping Yingling was kind of out of habit, the Gooba was out of habit. I probably could have done better just focusing on Fischl and Heizou damage for just focusing on the electric mechanic. We'll see how far we get. If I get low health, I might just switch to fire. Yeah, I'm getting a little low, so let's just flip to Bennett and then just burst our way through, not using the mechanic. So if you use electric only for this, it makes the fight a lot easier. Fire aggravates him, making him more powerful. More electric puts him in a weakened state. We do enough damage at this point that we can just nuke our way through. Just got to be worried about health and getting one-shotted, so that's why I'm flipping back to
Midnight
that.
Phantasmagoria.
Yeah, exactly. You can just see Oz hitting through. Nice, we got a nice 68,000 skill damage there. Alright, well that's it for the video. At this point I'm showing off the character stats so you can get an idea of what to strive for or what I have compared to what you have. And again, good luck to everyone trying to hit floors 9, 10, and 11. Reminder, if you like these kind of videos, to like and subscribe, and as it supports my channel. And thanks again for visiting.